Ever wonder how far a father would go for his child? What if he had to walk through hell itself? This is the story of Ethan Winters, a man who thought he'd escaped the nightmare, only to find it waiting on his doorstep. 3 years after the horrors of the Baker estate, Ethan and his wife Mia were finally living a semblance of a normal life. They had a beautiful baby girl, Rosemary. For a moment, peace seemed possible, but peace is a fragile thing. One fateful night, their world shattered. Chris Redfield, a man Ethan once trusted, storms their home. In a flash of gunfire, Mia is gone, and Ethan and baby Rose are taken away. But the nightmare is just beginning. The transport vehicle crashes on a desolate, snow-covered road. When Ethan comes to, he's alone. The wreckage is silent, and Rosemary is gone. Driven by a father's primal instinct, he stumbles through the biting cold. Following a trail of footprints into a forest shrouded in an unnatural darkness, the path leads him to a village, a place seemingly frozen in time and terror. It's eerily quiet. Doors are ripped from their hinges, homes are abandoned, and the chilling scent of blood hangs heavy in the air. He soon discovers the reason for the silence. The village is a hunting ground for ferocious wolf-like creatures, the Lycans. Every shadow could hide a claw, every sound could be his last. But fear is a luxury he can't afford. He has to find Rose. Fighting his way through the monstrous horde, Ethan learns he's stumbled into a land ruled by a dark deity known as Mother Miranda, and her 4 terrifying children, the Lords. Each one holds dominion over a part of this cursed land, and it quickly becomes clear they are all connected to his daughter's disappearance. If he wants to see Rose again, he has to go through them, one by one. His first trial lies within the towering walls of Castle Dimitrescu. Here, the aristocratic and impossibly tall Lady Dimitrescu and her 3 bloodthirsty daughters rule with an iron fist and a thirst for blood. The castle is a labyrinth of Gothic elegance and gruesome secrets. Ethan must use every ounce of his wit to survive their relentless hunt, navigating gilded halls that echo with both sadistic laughter and his own frantic heartbeat. After a harrowing battle that defies all logic, he defeats the lady of the castle, only to find a strange jar. A jar containing something he refuses to believe is a part of his daughter. The horrifying truth begins to dawn on him. His quest for answers then leads him to the house of Benevento, perched on a cliff overlooking a misty waterfall. This isn't a place of physical monsters, but one that attacks the mind. The doll maker, Donna Benevento, and her creepy puppet Angie plunge Ethan into a waking nightmare of psychological torment. He's stripped of his weapons, forced to confront his deepest fears and haunting illusions that whisper from the walls. He has to solve a twisted puzzle born from his own trauma to break the curse. By destroying the doll Angie, he shatters the illusion and recovers a second jar, another piece of the terrible puzzle. Next, Ethan descends into the fetid swampland, the domain of Salvatore Moreau. A grotesque fish-like creature, Moreau is a pathetic and tragic figure consumed by a desperate need for Mother Miranda's approval. His territory is a treacherous maze of flooded ruins and slippery walkways, and the monster himself can unleash tidal waves of acid in a desperate battle against this colossal, sorrowful beast. Ethan navigates the sinking landscape and finally secures the third jar. Each victory feels hollow, bringing him closer to a truth he's terrified to face. The final lord is Carl Heisenberg, a charismatic engineer with a flair for the dramatic and the ability to control metal. His territory is a massive, steampunk-inspired factory, a sprawling death trap of gears, traps, and mechanized abominations. Heisenberg sees Ethan not as an enemy, but as a potential ally. He offers Ethan a deal. Join him, and together they can use Rosemary's power to destroy Mother Miranda. For a moment, there's a flicker of a different path, but Ethan's goal has never changed. He refuses to use his daughter as a weapon for anyone. The rejection leads to an explosive, metal-grinding showdown. After defeating Heisenberg and his creations, Ethan recovers the final jar. With all 4 pieces in hand, the full, devastating reality is revealed. Rosemary wasn't just kidnapped, she was separated, her body crystallized and divided among the 4 lords for a monstrous ritual. Guided by the enigmatic merchant, the Duke, Ethan prepares for the final confrontation. He reaches the ceremony grounds, where Mother Miranda awaits. Her plan is finally laid bare. She intends to use Rosemary's unique power as a vessel to resurrect her own daughter, Eva, who died a century ago. Everything she has done, all the suffering she has caused, was for this one selfish goal. Fueled by a father's rage and love, Ethan throws himself into a desperate battle against the godlike being. He fights with everything he has, pushing his body past its absolute limits. But the damage he sustained back at the Baker house, the very thing that allowed him to survive so much, is finally catching up to him. His body is literally falling apart. In a moment of clarity, just as Chris Redfield and his squad arrive, Ethan makes the ultimate choice. He knows he's not going to make it. He hands his precious daughter over to Chris, who now understands the terrible mistake he made. With his last breath and final act, Ethan Winters entrusts his daughter's future to the man who started this nightmare. He then detonates a massive explosive, sacrificing himself to destroy Mother Miranda and the source of the infection, the megamycete, once and for all. As the helicopter carries a safe Rosemary and a rescued Mia into the dawn sky, the ruined village is left behind. Ethan Winters is gone. But his legacy lives on in the little girl he moved heaven and hell to save. He wasn't a soldier or a hero with superpowers. He was just a father. And in the end, that was more than enough. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. We'll see you in the next one.